Okay, so Solo, a Star Wars story. Just saw that, and I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but I've seen every Star Wars movie. And to be honest, I think all of them are just okay. I'm not thrilled with any of them, or I'm not majorly disappointed with any of them, like most of the fans. But this film I actually really enjoyed. I thought it was really good. It was it was a good it was good to see like a bit of the origin story where Han Solo came from, Chewbacca, um, Lando, and these characters, these iconic Star Wars characters, just see where they came from and see a little bit of an origin story. I thought, it was a good little film. It's not like the best film, but it wasn't a bad film. I actually enjoyed it. And like I said, I'm not a massive Star Wars fan. Like I'm never really that thrilled by any of these movies, but I enjoyed the story. I thought it was a good little adventure film. It was a bit of fun. I thought the guy who played Solo did a good job. Is it Ehrenreich? I think his name is. He did a good job. He wasn't doing the Harrison Ford impersonation, which you would fear that. Yeah, I mean, as a Star Wars fan, maybe you'd be a bit disappointed if that was what he was doing. But it felt like a decent portrayal of the character. I really liked Lando, played by Danny Glover. He was very charismatic, and yeah, it was a very good like portrayal of that character again. Emilia Clarke, she was good in the movie. I liked Chewbacca. I never really saw the hype about Chewbacca, but I felt the charm of Chewbacca in this film a lot more than I have in any of the other Star Wars movies, believe it or not. And again, like I said, I'm not a Star Wars fan, so whatever. But I did enjoy his portrayal in this movie. It made me a lot more interested in that character. Um, I liked Paul Bettany in the movie. I thought his presence was really good. And there was some good little twists as well, like one or two. I'm not going to spoil here. This is a non-spoiler review. But overall, I enjoyed the movie. More than I enjoy most Star Wars movies actually. The one thing I would say with these Star Wars stories, like they did with Rogue One as well, not having the crawl at the beginning, it doesn't feel Star Wars. Like having that crawl with the Star Wars theme tune just makes the movie feel like a Star Wars movie when you're starting off with that. I mean, obviously you can tell it's a Star Wars movie, but one thing that I identify as a Star Wars movie when I see the crawl with that da 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 with the music, you just feel like okay, we're watching a Star Wars movie. So I think they should add that to these Star Wars story anthologies or spin-off movies that they're doing, just to keep it on brand. Also, with me, the one thing I do like about Star Wars is this whole thing with the Sith and the Jedi. Being a martial artist and loving martial arts, I love those fight scenes. I really especially liked. I know a lot of fans don't like episode one, The Phantom Menace, but the fight scene between Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Obi-Wan Kenobi was one of the best fight scenes in Hollywood. It was fantastic. You got my man Ray Park in there fighting with Liam Neeson and Hugh McGregor. Ray Park is an amazing martial artist, wushu expert, and I just felt like he captured that whole warrior spirit of like the Sith very well. And I think like when that's not in the Star Wars movies, it kind of lacks it. It kind of gives it less appeal to me. Like I'm not as drawn to watch the movie if I don't see like the Jedi and the Sith Lords fighting with lightsabers. It takes away a little element that I actually do enjoy about the Star Wars movies. It's those kind of warrior moments, those battle scenes, those fight scenes. But again, I know obviously I'm not a Star Wars fan, so I'm not gonna know. I'm not that into the lore and into everything else, but I do enjoy the stuff with the Jedi and the Sith. But actually, but this was the one film that, because obviously the recent films haven't really had that. But this is the one out of the recent films that actually even without that, I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the film. You know, it was decent. You know, I actually had a good time. You know, and like I said, I'm not a major Star Wars fan. You know, I've seen all the Star Wars movies, and I think they're all decent. I think they're all, you know, good movies. I don't think they're brilliant, and I don't think they're terrible. You know, maybe one or two of them are terrible, but some of the prequels. But even the prequels, I kind of enjoyed them. You know, like I said, I really enjoyed the episode one, the Phantom Menace, in terms of Darth Maul, you know, the Darth Maul character, especially with Ray Park, and you know the fight scene. I thought was really epic, with that John Williams theme tune in the background. It was so epic. But this movie, it was fun. It was a good fun adventure film. Like I said, it was good to see like the origin of Han Solo. It's a shame it's not doing too well at the box office, because again, I thought it was a decent. It's a decent film. It's worth going to check out at the cinema. If you're a Star Wars fan, if you're a hardcore Star Wars fan, maybe you won't be that impressed with the film. Maybe you will. I've seen some Star Wars fans not enjoy the movie and, you know, be absolutely thing with it. But and I've seen other people, you know, who enjoy the movie. Like I said, as a non-Star Wars fan, I enjoyed the movie. I thought as a movie, it was a good time on a Saturday night. I enjoyed myself. I had a good time. Enjoyed the character development, the stories, the story throughout the film, the plot. And I thought it was decent, you know. And I would give it a 3 out of 5, and I'd say go check it out for yourself, and I think you'll have a good time. Anyway, if you like this video, hit that like button, share, subscribe, the lot, and make sure you check out the rest of the videos on my channel, the other reviews I've done for movies, and I'll see you again next Saturday for another movie review. Peace!